Okay, once again, let's look into um, how to define project plan and sprints and agents and so on in this video. So here we have the PID from the customer from any OEM. So that's Safe Park Supervisor. So let's look into the project charter. So I created this project charter based on, okay, what should be required to execute this project and what's the mission statement, for example, what are the different agents that's going to work on this one and how is going to be the repository look like and different sprints. So as you see here, there are various sprints and there are different agents as well. So the agents are defined here. So a PM agent, PM SIL is project manager and so on and so forth. So we have project manager, system expert, architect, tester, requirements engineer, and so on. So everybody has certain artifacts to deliver around this time. And sprint 2, sprint 3, 4, 5, and 6. So everything is kind of already defined. But of course, we'll be creating the sprints more in an executable way. And how this, EA will be collaborating, with each other and produce these artifacts. So the project charter is here, but at the same time, we really have to assign the real executable task to the agents. So what I would be doing now is I'll be using the cursor AI, or you can use GitHub Copilot as well. So before that, I just wanted to once again explain how the Sylang framework looks like is there are, you'll see these three steps. So one is the project management side where you can also define using a Sylang language how the agent would look like and what are the tasks and so on. The second one is, of course, the product development area, starting from product line to all kinds of different artifacts of product development. And then you have safety line, so where you can apply safety artifacts to the product line and making sure that safety concept is fully applied on in any product development area. And of course, the last one is around the testing side. So this is kind of a combination of different files overall. So what are we going to work on right now is defining the agent. So if you click here, you will see how the agent models are going to look like. An agent file will have various different agents. So for example, in this case, in this example, we have an agent set for the electric parking brake, where we have a safety manager, functional safety engineer, software engineer, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so we'll be creating our agents for the Safe Park supervisor. So let's go back. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, drag this here, and based on the AI agents and roles, create a comprehensive AA agent file. Oh, before that, I just wanted to, if you are struggling with the prompt a little bit, so there is a good help documents available for Sylang. If you press Control Shift P, then you will see a command Sylang create Sylang help. If you don't find it, you just type Sylang help, then you will find this command. So just click this command. Once you click this command, you have all the help files created. So let me once again, I see that there is, start extension. And let me restart it again. So once we have this, so what I'm doing again is because I'm missing the latest, yeah, so this is the latest help file because you have Sylang prompt as well. So if you go here, you have a very detailed AGT prompt or agent prompt available. So you don't have to, copy everything, but you can show here, or you can also attach here just, as a sample. And also you can put this as a help. So these are all the context to create an agent help. So based on this context, create an agent file for agents mentioned in the project charter for the product development safe for supervisor. Okay, let's see how it's going to created under 00 project management, written project management. Okay, so let's see what the CA is going to create. Okay, it's creating all the agents file. I'm not sure whether it's going to create a single file or multiple files. My preference is single file. Well, we don't need multiple files, but Project Char was a little bit misleading because it's was showing different AGTs. So different AGTs that are not required. It's just one AGT file is good enough to put all those agents under one agent file. So I see that it's creating like a supervisor agents.agt. So my understanding is it's going to create one agent file with all those agents. So let's see. So while it is creating the agent file, so we can have different structure of folders. So it's better to organize organize everything. So my recommendation is to organize in such a way that project management, customer, product line, system, software, safety, and so on and so forth. So, of course, you can choose how you want to structure your repository, but this is a sample how we want to do this for this project. So let's see how the agent was created. So let's look into this. So this is the whole agent set created in one file. So we have PMSIL, and the agent is created with this name, a detailed description, and what is it going to do, its expertise, its context, and for example, a system expert, so system expert or a feature owner, and uh, expert in doing the SIS1 and SIS2 process compliance. And here, um, this person, the context is more on this platform, system integration, semi-autonomous parking scenarios, customer, and so on and so forth. So, safe park, functional technical architecture. So a few things. One is, what's the name of the agent? Describe the agent. What's the role of the agent? What's their expertise? What's the context? Expertise is basically they would be able to create a certain artifacts, but context is more towards what are they going to do for this project. Yeah, so that's how each and every agent is defined here. So very detailed agents, of course, we can read through it, but mostly um, with experience, I can say that it's a very detailed expertise and context for each one of those agents. So we have all the agents created now, and let's ask it to create sprints. So now with these agents created in agent file, can you create such sprints with with detailed task and deliverables based on project charter. Um, syntax for Sylang sprints can be formed in, so we can, this one, so this is the sprint help. So if you go here, so all of the MD files will open in more like a readable HTML format. So if you want to see the real, if you want to see the raw file, then just go here and open in text editor, and here is the text file. But I prefer seeing it in more like a HTML format. So that's kind of valid keywords, and here's how the sprint is going to look like. It's epic story and task. I mean, it's a very regular how we do all kinds of agile development in this case. So there's an example as well. So there are some issue status and so on. So syntax for Sylang sprint found in this one. Create 6 sprints ends with 01206. So we know that which sprint are we looking at here. Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, let's clarify that. But other than that, it can go ahead and create create the sprints. So let's wait until it creates the sprints. Okay, so it knows what is it looking at. So looking at the project charter, it can see it. Okay, what's the start date and so on and so forth. Initial status, file naming. Okay, so let's answer one by one. Start date is, let's say, October 1st, and 15 days for each, 14 days, let's say 14 days for each sprint. Initial status backlog. File naming is SPS and O1, etc. Story points as estimate based on complexity. Estimate based on complexity. And output file paths as per defined in the project charter. Okay, so we can provide this answers, and hopefully it understands the intent and will start creating creating the sprints. Okay, so this is a very detailed help is here, so don't have to worry about if you have any questions or anything. If you don't understand, you can look into the help here. Of course, you have a full complete reference available. For example, if you don't have a Cursor AI or GitHub Copilot, you can copy this file into ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot and so on to create your own file. So it's basically all the help in one file. So any AI can understand how to create Sylang artifacts. So in this case, it is more, yeah, developing a product more from a spec-driven development. So when we finish the project, we are not going to do reverse engineering. By the time when we finish the project, our documentation is intact with the development. That's basically the goal of Sylang. So let's look into the sprint one. So the sprint one is item definition, um, operation scenarios, system requirements. Okay, okay. So there are few items available. Interface definition, feature modeling, feature definition. Okay, it looks like we have to modify a little bit, but overall this looks okay. Let's look into the sprint 2. Okay, the sprint 2 is also created. So let it create all the sprints. So in that, while it is creating the sprint, I'd like to show how the dark views are going to look like. So different views, you don't have to look into the raw files. You can also look more into more like a regular um, GUI-based system. So you have different tasks listed. So right now here you see for sprint one we have 25 different tasks, or the task will also contain epic and story. So tasks may be less, but overall we have 25 different items to complete sprint one, and it's also in this nice view as well, more like a document view. And we can also look into Kanban view. So we'll see the Kanban view here. Of course, you can move this to any status, and then if you go here, you will find that epic. Oh, the epic has not moved here. Let me go this way. Okay, that is the sprint. No, that's that's the item definition and boundary analysis. So um, this is not a change. Let me save that. Save that. Yeah, it doesn't reflect. So anything has to be changed there to get it reflect. So for example, I move it back and oops, what am I looking at? I'm looking here. It's backlog. So let me open here, show Kanban. So it's here. So if I'm going here and change it to open and save this file, oops, where is the one? So when I change that file, automatically the Kanban board, the tickets will be, or the items will be moving into the right state. So you have dark views, you have sprint views, and so on and so forth. So let's wait for the sprint to be completed, and then we can see in the next video. Thank you.